Will the carbon tax affect your family budget? Today's finance editor Ross Greenwood is here to explain. Ross, good morning to you.
Good morning, Carl.
First of all, let's do the average for the average family.
Yeah, so what you've seen from the Prime Minister there is the 0.7%. Now, this effectively works out to $525 per year for a typical family. That is the cost. And this is the reason, because what you're going to find is your electricity bills in particular will go up. Some saying they could be up by as much as 20%. So electricity costs up by $171, your gas prices up by $78, and your food up by $41.60.
The question I want to know here is, how do they know, through Treasury modelling, how do they know that's what it's going to be at and it's not going to go any further up than that and blow all those figures out?
Well, the reason for it is, remember that this is only the carbon tax. People are going to get electricity costs on top of this as well, because, of course, there's a whole lot of changes that are taking place in electricity supply around the country. So this is on top of everything else. And this is the reason why the government had to put out a compensation package. But remember that the carbon price is a fixed price. It will rise each year for the next 2 years and then go to an emissions trading scheme. Gas and food, they can work this out because they can see from those big emitters how much carbon dioxide they emit, and so they can put the price on that and do their averages. That's exactly how they work this out.
Let's talk about the compensation.
Yep, and if we go to the compensation, this is the reason why we need it, because of those increased costs. It's going to be between $500 and $600 per year. The Prime Minister, as you heard us say, said 9 out of 10 households will be compensated for the increased costs. But of course, as she pointed out, there'll be around 3 million households that will not be compensated. Even though they'll receive something, their costs of rising electricity prices are going to be greater than what they're going to receive back from the government.
All right, we have some figures too for pensioners.
Yeah, if we have a look at the pensioners, and the pensioners do pick up a higher amount of money here as well. $338 for a single, $510 for a couple. A lot of this will come up front to them as well. Now, you've got to bear in mind that the government is trying to overcompensate pensioners and low-income earners because they think they're vulnerable to price shocks, which suggests the government thinks that there could be price shocks out there as well. The problem is when you get money, it generally tends to disappear. When you get a bill, you really do remember it. And that's what I think a lot of people are going to be very careful about. They budget well for this, because when the big electricity bill turns up, you're going to sit there and go, oh my God, I didn't realise it'd be this. You'd have already spent the money, and that's a real concern.
OK, Ross Greenwood, thank you very much for that. Today at 9.com.au. Laurie Oakes joining us at 8 minutes to 8. Lisa.